Alright guys, sorry about that little, please stay tuned. I realized when I started the stream, I forgot to log my grade, and I also forgot to pull up my notes as well, like, as I was starting the stream. So, I had to just say, please stay tuned, had to fix those up really quick, but we're good, and we're rolling. And also, guys, as it says in the live chat, my description, again, I did not get to watch Crown Jewel yet. I keep reiterating that, but some people forget. I have not watched Crown Jewel yet. I want to do a review. Depends on what time I get, what time I finish watching it tonight, because I'm watching it with some friends. So so I'm not sure if I'll get to review it tonight or if I'll have to wait till tomorrow. One of the two will happen then. But again, I have not done watching it yet, so please do not leave any spoilers in the live chat. And of course, I just want to catch up at least while I have the time today. But guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for my live review of this past Friday night edition of Smackdown. It was the November 4th, 2022 edition, and it was pre-taped, as this was taped last week after SmackDown in St. Louis. So this one was still in St. Louis. And of course it was pre-taped because the wrestlers were traveling to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel. So usually these pre-taped shows are not usually as good. This one was a little more watchable than I thought it was. I really enjoyed most the opening match and the main event match. Those were pretty awesome. Some other stuff here and there wasn't too bad. A couple little weird things I wanted to just, address as well. But I thought it was a good show. I was surprised that I definitely enjoyed this show a little bit more than I thought I would. That main event match, though, that was really good. Gunther, despite the name, has really, really benefited from being Intercontinental Champion and Triple H taking over. And all I can say is, how in the world was Vince McMahon going to give up on this guy before he retired? I still cannot. I read that rumor that if Vince would have stayed, he was getting ready to give up on Gunther. Seriously? Oh boy. Anyways, though, let's check the live chat, though, before we get started with this review. We do have JR in the live chat. What do you actually think who do you think is actually going to be in the War Games matches? Well, I don't know. I still think the Bloodline, of course, you got to have them in there. Who they're going to face, I have no idea. For the women, of course, it's probably going to be like Bianca Belair's team versus Damage Control, but who's going to be the fourth member of Damage Control? And again, I gotta watch Crown Jewel to see what happens, but I'm losing faith in the booking of Damage Control. We'll see what happens after the booking of after I watch Crown Jewel and see. They should do Seth Rollins versus Mustafa Ali for the U.S. title at Survivor Series. I'm actually still very surprised they didn't do that match at Crown Jewel. Unless something happens, they did do it, and I didn't see it yet, but if not, I'm definitely surprised it didn't happen there. I thought Gunther versus Rey Mysterio was a heck of a match. I agree. What's the best match so far under Triple H's resume that you have seen? Ooh, that's a good question. Very good question. I gotta say Gunther and Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. Personally, I think that was the best one. I'll go with that one. Sheamus versus Roman Reigns, Undisputed Universal title at day one wouldn't be a bad match. It wouldn't be bad, except for the fact that day one got canceled. So, it's probably not happening. I'm still going to say this. I still want to see Sheamus versus Brock Lesnar. I think that would be a hell of a fight. I mean, it's an opponent where I feel like, Sheamus would be okay losing to Brock. Like, if they needed an opponent to give Brock a win, because, quite frankly, again, I feel like he does have to put over Bobby Lashley. Even though I feel like, again, my prediction, again, without spoiling anything, my prediction for Crown Jewel is that match going to a draw and set for an even bigger match with, continue the feud, get more beef behind it, set up a bigger fight for Survivor Series, where Bobby took over there. But again, if they want to do Sheamus and Brock, I am not opposed to that at all. That would be a heck of a match. And yes, we are going to see plenty more great matches on the Triple H creative. I agree for sure. But thank you, JR, for yourself in the live chat. But we're going to get rolling and talk about SmackDown. The show opened up with this no disqualification match with Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville. This is a type of no DQ match I enjoy. A very fast-paced match, constant brawling, and the use of weapons. Like, you can, like when you hear no disqualification, there's got to be a reason for it to be no DQ. You got to feel like the personal tension between the two. And, well, even any stipulation, like, no DQ, no holds barred, falls count anywhere. It's like, you add this stipulation because just a one-on-one match isn't enough to contain them. And I think this was a very excellent no DQ match. Liv Morgan, again, as I kept saying, and I even was talking with my friend the other night about this, and I keep saying this. When Triple H took over, Liv Morgan was just someone that he was backed into a corner with. And again, I respect where respect is due, again, with Triple H trying to, not just take over creative and, like, have everybody walk in as they're a brand new character. No, he did take, like, what was there now and try to transition it into what we're getting now. Which, yes, some things are working, some things are not working. Damage control. Anyways, again, Liv Morgan as champion, he was just backed into a corner with. No matter what he did, I don't think he could have saved that. So, like I'm saying, you gotta take the belt off Liv and just hit the reset button on her. And boy, oh boy, have I enjoyed her booking ever since. They've done an excellent job. I mean, she's kind of remind me a little bit of Nikki Cross. She seems like, enjoy being crazy, enjoy being extreme. And may I say also, this kind of, like, sparked a fire again on Sonya Deville. Because, again, like I said, I really became a bigger fan of Sonya Deville in 2020 with her feud with Mandy Rose. That was honestly some of Sonya's best work for sure. And again, she's improved a lot. And I mean a lot since I first saw her. Because when I first saw her wrestle, as I always say, I thought she was doing like a very slow sparring match. Now it's like, she's got the microphone skills. Because again, remember, in 2020, they were going to keep her with Dolph Ziggler. Only because they thought that she needed a mouthpiece. But then the moment they realized how good at promos she was, they took it away from her. And I think she played, like, the right, story, right heel role in this story with Sonya. And I thought, again, she even looked good in these matches too. So I'm hoping she gets back on track. Because as I was saying, before she took her break after SummerSlam 2020, I was really starting to feel, I wanted to see her, after her and Mandy's feud ended, I wanted to see them both go to separate brands and see Sonya go after the Raw Women's title. Like, I was hoping Sonya would have been drafted to Raw, she could have dethroned Asuka, and she would have had a run with the Raw Women's Champion, because she was hot at the time. Then, of course, I just feel like, I don't know, again, the problem I had with her being an authority figure, again, was the fact that they dragged out that feud with Naomi, and then there was no conclusion. Again, we never found out why did Sonya Deville not like Naomi. And that just kind of drained her out. And I just wasn't as hyped for her. But, what she did with Liv, I'm like, okay, like, let's get back on track here. So, I really like this match, and I really like this little, television feud that they had. Liv Morgan wins with the Oblivion into the steel chairs, and she just continues to, laugh and be all crazy happy and whatnot. So I'm like, I like this. So let's see where Liv goes next. And Sonya as well. But very good no DQ match, I thought, between those two. Very good. Anyways, so we get a recap of Emma's return last week when she answered Ronda Rousey's open challenge. We didn't have Emma interview backstage, saying she wasn't sure she'd ever come back and her heart was pounding, but she had something to prove to herself. Xia Li rolls up with a slow clap and says Emma lost and the only thing she proved is that she's weak. Emma's like, number one, that was Ronda Rousey, and number two, and she hits a forearm to Xia Li's face. So, I guess we're doing Emma versus Xia Li. Okay? I will do a turn alert for Emma later, because it does seem like because last week, I was going to do the turn alert last week, because it seems she returned as a babyface. Of course, before she returned, she was a heel for a couple years, and I really thought she was excellent as a heel. So much better than her, and I still love how Ronda mocked her when she made her entrance last week. I thought that was hysterical. But I'll talk about how I'm a little iffy about Emma being a face. But we'll see what this match with Xia Li does. Sorry, I have two turn alerts I need to do. I need to do Emma and Natalya also. We then get a video of Logan Paul getting his brother Jake to come to be in his corner at Crown Jewel. Lovely. We also get a video package for Roman Reigns and Logan Paul. Then Ricochet gets an insert promo where he says he's going to win and maybe leave LA Knight a few teeth lighter. We also get another Viking Raiders vignette. Again, it's Again, we're obviously still wondering who this third person is, and a lot of people keep saying it's Sarah Logan, this female character in these vignettes, so we'll see if it is her or not. Then we get ready for Ricochet versus LA Knight. LA Knight cuts a promo during his entrance about how great he is and how all the incels in the crowd ought to jump on the gravy train, and Ricochet then blindsides him with a dive. And then they had a solid match, I thought. Again, I definitely say, that they want to make Ricochet look credible again. And so far it's been decent. He's someone who's going to be they're going to take a little more time to rebuild, but LA Knight, is doing what he needs to do. LA Knight is, again, he's going to be much more known for his microphone skills, but the in-ring work will, be back, will be backed up by the microphone skills. But good match. I enjoyed it. LA Knight, though, wins with a roll-up with a handful of tights. Backstage, we have the Bloodline chatting, and just an FYI here, if I can find it. This shirt was released on WWE Shop, I saw. Yeah. See that? Feeling oozy? I just updated my Christmas wish list the other day. There was a lot of shirts for wrestling this year. A lot of WWE and AEW shirts that I put on the list. I might actually do a video of that, sharing what is on my wish list for Christmas shirts for WWE this year. I may do that just for something different, just for something fun. I should do that. But I think I found this shirt that's on the top of my list right now. Because I'm not sure, you might have days, you might need to sit back and just consider, are you feeling oozy? I showed my fiance that segment over the weekend. She cracked up. She even showed her mother that segment. That was oh my gosh, Sami Zayn between Roman and Jay breaker. I mean, Jay was funnier because Jay was he wasn't exposing his face whenever he knew he was gone, but when he was serious, he was he had this cold ass look on his face, looking serious, but you could tell that he was struggling. And then Roman just let it out, let people realize yeah, I'm breaking character, I'm gone, I'm corpsing. And that close up shot zoomed in on Sammy's face when Roman said he's gonna make Sammy a full blown oos. And of course the Sammy Uso stuff. Oh my gosh, it was freaking hilarious. Anyways, though, the Bloodline are backstage. Sammy talks up how the Bloodline are going to take care of business, and then Jay wants to go tell the Brawling Brutes in the ring exactly how they're going to handle business. But Sammy says, no, focus on getting a good night's sleep so they can beat the tag title record. which of course they are coming up on beating the tag title record the New Day set in 2016. Jay said this isn't a bloodline thing, it's an Uso thing, and they've been tag champs before him, and they'll be tag champs long after. He walks off and Jimmy falls, telling Sammy he's got a point, obviously as they're looking to break that record. We also have a Bray Wyatt promo who says it's hard for him when people play with him, interrupt him, and when he's trying to do something incredibly hard, a crew member though comes past and comes up to yell at him, saying they're live. But then Bray's like, he knows he's just trying to do his job, but he's trying to do his job, and asks if he knows the feeling of being cut off in traffic and fantasizing about what you do with 30 seconds alone with that other driver. He can't stand how he's thinking about things, and he hates himself because he just wants to smash the guy's head into some cement wall, and he's a hair away from doing it. So for both of them, he wants him to reach down into the bottle of his soul and look at him in the eyes and apologize. To which the guy apologizes, and Bray says he knows. Please go away. No new personality was revealed, which I thought I heard rumors that he would. Maybe we got a crown jewel. We'll see, because he is supposed to be a crown jewel. So I'll give my thoughts on this segment, of course, whenever I do watch the show tonight. Anyways, the Usos come out. They say they're on their way to breaking the record of the longest reigning tag champs ever. And it starts with the Brawling Brutes, who are the twos, and they're the ones. Out comes the New Day. They tell the Usos to settle their score by some stroke of luck and retaining the tag titles against the Brawling Brutes. As soon as though they get back to America, they'll have the longest reigning tag champs ready to tear them limb from limb to protect their records. Basically, we got you next. And then a brawl breaks out. Out come the Brawling Brutes. It was weird though, because the faces came out before the heels. Like, okay, so the Usos came out, the New Day came out, and they brawl. Okay, which I'm still wondering why is it the New Day, unless they got added in, but why isn't the New Day facing then a crown jewel instead of the Brawling Brutes? Like, don't get me wrong, the Brawling Brutes have definitely, grown up on my scale lately. But the story here is New Day is trying to protect their record. Why this close would they give it the opportunity to the Brawling Brutes first? So, but then it was weird because as the New Day and Usos start brawling, then out came the Brawling Brutes first. And it was a 4-on-2 on the Usos. Then it was Sammy and Solo who came out to even the odds, and Bloodline stood tall. It was a little weird. Don't you think? Like, who was really the heels in this? It was a strange one. I don't know. It was very strange. A strange looking brawl for sure. Anyways, we didn't have an interview with Rey Mysterio getting ready for his Intercontinental title match with Gunther in the main event. He loves competing in WWE, and it's who he is, and he's given his whole life to this business. He's haunted by the memories, and he misses his son. He's not giving up, though. He's going to show everyone that you have to keep fighting. Gunther is a hell of an opponent, and he can still feel the pain in his chest from the chop he got last week. But he's going to turn his pain to rage and use that as fuel to become the new Intercontinental Champion. And then we have a match with Natalya and Shayna Baszler, and I guess Natalya's randomly a babyface again. They're teasing another match with Ronda and Natty, it looks like. Okay. We just had that with the roles reversed at Money in the Bank. But yeah, the interesting part about this match was the fact that, again, it looks like they are having, like, Ronda and Shayna work together in an alliance. And the whole idea is Shayna Baszler to get that killer instinct back again that she got drained away from her. We'll see where that goes. I mean, here's the only thing that, don't get me wrong, I love the idea of having Ronda and Shayna, be like, a duo. It sounds awesome. The only thing I'm worried about though is it just me, or does it still feel like lately they're having a lot of people get a little more offense on Ronda. Like, okay, even though Ronda's making her opponents look good, and yes, this run she's had has definitely not been as strong as her first run when she was on Raw. But does it feel like there's too many people who's like kind of pushing Ronda to the limit? I still feel like Ronda should still be dominating. Like, she's the baddest woman on the planet. She's dangerous. She's putting on solid to decent matches for the most part. But, I don't know, she just does not feel as dominating as she was. So that's the only thing I worry. It's like, I don't want Ronda to get pulled down. But also, I'm intrigued because I'm wondering if this whole thing is going to eventually lead to a match with Ronda and Shayna down the line. Which would be good. The end result still is, I mean, even though it does not need a title, Ronda and Becky, though, at WrestleMania. Gotta do that match one-on-one. You know, yes, I know we've gotten a triple threat style. You gotta do it one-on-one. I'm sorry. Yes, so... But Shayna basically squashes Natalya. Poor Natty. But she's a face again, which... Honestly, I would rather see her as a face than a heel, but what is she going to do at this point? We'll talk about that, though, when I do my turn alert on her. Afterwards, though, Shayna Baszler knees Natty in the face for good measure, and Natty got a bloody nose. Ouch. That was nice, though, to see. It was nice to see Shayna dominate, though, again. We haven't really seen too much of that lately. We have a video package for Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross's steel cage match. We'll see how that goes. Again, like I said, I just feel like this feud with Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross is kind of taking a little bit of a back seat. Like, it doesn't feel as important as it did like a month or two ago. But we'll see. And then we have MVP in the ring, saying he's kind of a big deal, and he's using connections on some sort of opposition for Braun Strowman. And basically, it was just, he had 5 jobbers come out. Braun Strowman ran out of them like a freight train. And then he hit like 3 running power slams on MVP. And broke his cane. Strowman and Omos. This one might be painful to watch still. I'm not interested at all in Braun Strowman and Omos. So that'll probably be somewhat of a cool down match. Maybe at Crown Jewel. We'll see when I watch tonight. Backstage, Imperium was being interviewed. Gunther says he's going to step in the ring and defend his title with dignity, respect, and honor. Rey has no honor, which is why his son turned his back on him. And one thing will never change. Him being Intercontinental Champion. And we also get a video package on Legado del Fantasma saying how great they are. It's setting up for a match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Santos Escobar next week. We'll see how that goes. And in the main event, Gunther versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. The only thing I will say I was a little disappointed with this match is the fact that they didn't really... You see, the story that I'm kind of hoping that they go with Rey Mysterio being on SmackDown, again, is this whole idea that, yes, he's away from Dominic, but there's still things that haunt him about him. Like, again, like similar to how Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas was in NXT. With how, yes, Tommaso Ciampa was out injured. Johnny wanted to just move on and just be Johnny Gargano again after, what Tommaso did to him. But then finally, when Tommaso came back, okay, that's enough. I got to take care of business now. Anyways, but I wanted to be like that because during those matches, that storyline, the Andrade and Zelina just tortured the hell out of Johnny Gargano and just reminded him of his broken heart and whatnot. I still remember that Twitter post Zelina had with that evil-looking smile on her face and that DIY shirt going, "Hi, Johnny Gargano." Oh my God, that was... Oh man, I still love that. That was one of my favorite like troll posts for that feud. that was again just another feud that, like, you didn't think much of it, and then it became something more. It became something more. But oh man, but other than that, this was a banger. This match was awesome. Again, Rey Mysterio took Gunther to the freaking limit on this. This is a match where it's like they told the right story, where you had the hope that Rey could come across and win, but it was not quite done. We had some very good moves. There was a couple of close calls that I still do not believe. It was like diving sentons. There was, I think, an avalanche power bomb that it didn't even put Rey away. It was brutal. And again, there was the fact that Gunther had to go to, like, he beat Rey with this. He like kind of, it was like a pop up like lariat. He like lifted up Rey and just went like bang, like did like a wicked clothesline. I mean, probably better than the clothesline from Hell that was JBL's finisher. But he just like popped up and just went bang. Ooh. I went bang and I knocked my pop filter off my microphone. But yeah, it was a really good match. Very, very awesome match, I thought, for sure. And Gunther retains again by pinfall. And so yeah, I thought that was an excellent main event match. And yeah, so that was an awesome match. And that's SmackDown. Gave the show a beat. Like I said, there was something, like, especially those opening and closing matches were awesome. Some other things, that was intriguing me in the middle. Some things I was like, meh about. Like I said, I still didn't get this whole thing with why did the, whenever it was the New Day brawl with the Usos, why did the faces come out first and make it 4-on-2? That was a little strange to me. But yeah, I gave the Go Home show for Crown Jewel for SmackDown a B. Again, I will watch tonight if I complete in a decent time. Maybe I will go live. Can't guarantee, because I do have to work, of course, tomorrow in the morning. If not, then I will. I'll do it after work tomorrow before Raw. But yeah, live chat before I go off the air. We just have day one. We have day one here, and we see here. He heard that WWE Day 1 got moved to December. Really? Huh. I didn't hear that one. We'll love to see Ronda Rousey. Ronda and Bianca would be awesome. If they would have merged the titles, again, I kept saying, that then the match for SummerSlam would have been Bianca and Ronda, I still feel. But that is a dream match of mine for sure. I think Kaylee Ray should go up to the main roster. She's, Alba Fire now in NXT? She may be right, but again, I haven't watched NXT. If WWE was to do a women's member of Imperium, who do you think joins in the women's division? I know she's not on the main roster yet, and I don't think she really has anything right now doing, because NXT UK ended. Ginny. Ginny was one woman that stood out to me in the UK, and also she's married to Gunther in real life. Are they married yet? I knew they were together, but I wasn't sure they were married or not. But if they bring in a woman, definitely Ginny. That's who I would go with. I'd love to see Roman Reigns defend the Undisputed title against Pete Dunne. Give him the name back, of course, but yes. Bobby Roode came back to WWE. Where he did? I heard he got injured. Where do you think he would fall under Triple H resume? I don't know, but I do hope when Bobby Roode does come back, he gets the proper singles run he should have had for sure. Because he was just glorious in NXT, and his main roster run has been a big flub. But hopefully he does get booked well when he comes back. I heard a rumor that Stone Cold Steve Austin wants to come back in the ring and wrestle CM Punk at WrestleMania next year. That would be a hell of a match, but I'm not going to believe that until I see it, unfortunately. Like I keep saying, I'm done talking about this whole CM Punk drama thing. It just pisses me off when I talk about it, but if it happens, I won't complain, but I'm just done discussing CM Punk right now. But thank you for your stuff in the live chat as always, JR. Like I said, I will be live either later on tonight, or if it's too late, tomorrow after work. I will review Crown Jewel and talk about the show. Hopefully it was good. Again, I tweeted out, no spoilers, but how was the show? And the only tweet I got so far was from Tia Couponer, who just said Logan Paul stepped up. Oh boy. I still hope to God Logan Paul did not win the world title. But anyways, we'll talk about that later on. So guys, once again, thank you for your thoughts in the live chat, JR, and of course not spoiling Crown Jewel. But I will again watch Crown Jewel later. For the rest of the day, I'll probably just record some other stuff. May not upload anything today, but we'll see. But yeah, I will continue to be around. So guys, as always, what are your guys' thoughts on SmackDown from this past week? I gave it a B. Make sure you guys leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirBoy93. Until then, guys, I'll catch you all later in my Crown Jewel review. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your Sunday. Peace out, everybody.